Hello and welcome gamers to another episode of Vidja Game Hunting. Today we're going to go through the last of my pickups from August that I just haven't gotten into a video yet. Okay, so first up is a pawn shop score. My brother-in-law sent me a photo of some games that he found at a local pawn shop, all complete in box, Super Nintendo, NES. Anyway, here's a picture of what he sent me. Okay, so right away that picture piqued my interest, but for one particular game, kind of off in the corner there, that I've been after for a very, very long time. My wife, one of her favorite NES games is Arkanoid. And I've been after getting the controller for it for a very long time. So I ended up getting the complete big box copy of Arkanoid. Now, to get the game, easy enough, it's an inexpensive game. The VOUS controller that's specially designed for this game is climbing up in price, and it's pretty damn hard to find. I've been on the lookout for it for years, the last 3 years in particular, every convention I go to, no luck. And to get it complete in box like this, even though the box isn't immaculate, almost impossible. So this is a really unbelievable deal. I paid 60 bucks for it, but it goes for over 100 in this shape, complete, on eBay. So to get that, to have the opportunity to get it and play this with my wife, I just had to go for it. So what you get with that is obviously the giant box. Instruction manual is in there. You get the game. This one is just absolutely minty. Probably the cleanest looking NES game I've ever picked up. The pins are just immaculate. The board is pure white, and then you get this awesome VOUS controller, so you get to actually play Arkanoid the way that you're meant to in the arcade. And as far as I know, they never used this controller for anything else, any other games that came out, even though the back of this big box does state that there will be more titles using it in the future from Taito. And I also want to point out the most 80s family on the back of this thing for this giveaway they're doing. I'll get a close-up for it. Just priceless. Almost worth the purchase alone. So yeah, super great deal, and I paid 60 like I said, but that actually was with the game and this other controller that I picked up, and it is this awesome fight stick for the NES, super long cord. It is the Ultimate Super Stick by Bishu. This thing is amazing. It's got these lights that light up when you press the buttons, and this super satisfying clicky joystick. For those who follow Retro Rob, You'll know he's a big fan of a good sturdy shaft and ball. I think he'd approve of this one. It's also got these amazing suction cups, because if you're really working at it and going hard and playing with the stick, the last thing you want to do is have it slide away from you. That'd just ruin the fun. So, on from there, I got one of the bigger pickups I've ever gotten on the show. Since I've been doing YouTube videos. To call it a show is a bit of a stretch. Sorry, folks. But it's an arcade cabinet. I picked up an empty arcade cabinet, and Atari, I believe, pole position. I do plan on making a MAME cabinet out of it. We'll see how far I get. I've had a computer tucked away with ROMs and everything on it for quite a while now. So I'll get around to that eventually. In the meantime, what I think I might do is make sort of a pseudo Neo Geo cabinet out of it and stick my Neo Geo X into it. Because it's already got the awesome joysticks and some pretty decent games. So we'll see how that goes. I'll update that as I make progress on it. It might not happen anytime soon, but 25 bucks, I got that cabinet. Couldn't pass it up. I thought the artwork was great. And on to some more pawn shop pickups. My local Pawn America got some retro in, and I couldn't believe it. So for $2 each, I picked up Super Pinball for the Super Nintendo, Tetris 2, and then onto this mind-blowing find. This might be one of the best things I've ever found in a pawn shop, and it was hilarious because I found this about 2 days after I uploaded my TurboGrafx-16 collection video. I've never come across a TurboGrafx-16 game in a pawn shop in my entire life, and let alone one of this caliber. I found Kadash. for the TurboGrafx 16, which is just mind-blowing. This thing's in excellent condition, totally complete. I do already have this game, so I picked it up for a buddy of mine. They were asking $45 for it, which, yeah, that's a lot, but this game goes for over $100 in this condition, and besides that, even for $45, it's a damn near perfect game. It's so much fun. One of the best on the TurboGrafx in my opinion, so I wasn't going to leave it there. I searched all over too for more games. I was asking everyone who worked there, do you have more of these? Have you seen these? Nobody knew what the hell it even was, let alone where they could dig up some more in the store. But whatever, I'll take that. That's an amazing find for me. For 99 cents, Anticipation for the NES. It's worth about $1, maybe. The Karate Kid, which I did not have. LJN game, so I'm expecting fantastic things out of that. $1.99, WWF WrestleMania. Got the Hulkster ripping through his shirt there. Classic WWF. And then Gyrus, which I did not have. I'm really happy I finally found that. I'll have to pop that in. I have not played it yet. I've been to the flea market since the last Video Game Hunting episode. It was crap. Once again, I ended up picking up one lowly game just because I felt like I had to come up with something. And I got Socket for the Sega Genesis, which, you know, it's definitely trying to be a Sonic the Hedgehog clone. The only problem with it really, in the visuals and the gameplay are solid enough, but the only problem is they have you running really fast across the screen, but then they drop enemies directly in your path. So it's encouraging you to like blaze through these levels, but then putting things in the way to kill you intentionally, which just isn't fun because then you end up having to play it super cautiously, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of what they were trying to do with this game. And also, I think it's worth noting that while it does say Socket on the top of this cartridge, to me, that front label art clearly says Suck It, which is just grossly inappropriate. I can't believe somebody didn't notice that. I got a good chuckle out of it anyway. And then this last stack of games from a local neighboring town street fair. They call it Potato Days. Why Potato Days? I don't know. They do it every year. But a reseller was there, one that I run into at the flea market occasionally that I like, and they have good prices. So I brought some things to trade. I traded off some of my doubles and whatnot, and just games I wasn't going to play. And I got a stack of goodness. So let's go through this real quick. I got Clash Ball for the NES, which is a game I really didn't know about until this year, and I've been seeing it like every other store I stop at, and I've just been putting it off on picking it up, but I figured now was the time, so I grabbed it. Tom and Jerry. I have a bootleg version of this for the Famicom, but now I finally have the NES version. Robo Warrior, and this is one of those games that I swear I have in my collection, so I never pick it up, and then I get home to realize that no, I don't. So now it's there. Magic Darts, not played this yet. I'm not expecting much out of a darts game, but glad to have it in the collection. And then these last two NES games, I swear I did not own. Got home and found out what I do. I have an app on my phone that catalogs my NES games for me, but I don't update it that often because I hate pulling it out when I'm shopping, because I feel like people think I'm looking at prices on eBay, and I get weird looks. So I need to get that updated, and I need to start using it so I don't end up getting doubles. But I ended up picking up Urban Champion, which is a black box game, fighting game, really kind of crappy to be honest. And then Target Renegade, which I bought because I need Renegade. And I was thinking I needed Target Renegade and already had Renegade. I was wrong. So that's a duplicate for me. Also, then the last pickup is a game I've been after for a while. They had this brand new $40. I couldn't leave it there. And then it's Xenoblade Chronicles X for the Wii U. I'm not sure that this is going to be a game that I'm really going to get into, but it is one I wanted to have in the collection for the Wii U. So I'm really happy to have it, especially new like this. $40 was a steal. And actually, I got all this stuff from this vendor just on trade. I didn't put any money into it other than what I had invested in the games I traded. So it was totally worth doing for me. And get a nice stack of new games out of the deal and a couple duplicates, I guess. But as always, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next time.